Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullet Sponge Brews. My name is Wilson, and today we're going to be practicing with clarifying agents. As you recall, in our last video, we did add clarifying agents to our brown sugar cinnamon mead. They actually worked phenomenally, so I also want to test them on our chocolate coffee caramel and our traditional. I checked the gravities. Chocolate coffee caramel is done fermenting. We are at a 1.000. Gravity! Unfortunately, the traditional is not. We are at a 1.010, so we still got a little ways to go. That being said, that does not mean that we cannot start clarifying the chocolate coffee caramel. We are also going to be racking the brown sugar cinnamon off of the lees. We are also going to be stabilizing the brown sugar cinnamon mead. Our brown sugar cinnamon mead has a gravity of 1.050. I fucked up. It ended up stalling in ferment. I tried a couple different things. None of it seemed to work. So for 2/3 of it, I'm going to be using it as a mixer. The other third, I've got something special planned for that. You guys are just going to have to stick around and keep watching my videos to see what we've got going on with that. Everything that you see here, as always, has been sanitized. Don't be fucking dirty.
You're in the bush, and you're just so dirty, and you're so sweaty.
Just clean your shit. Pro tip. And by pro, I mean this is just something that I figured out, so I don't know if it's a pro tip.
You fellas have nothing to worry about. I'm a professional.
If you are getting ready to rack a mead or a wine or anything like that, you want to rack it off the lees, move it to where you're going to rack it and then let it sit for a little while. It's going to allow it to fall back down to the bottom, and we're not necessarily going to have to worry about it. So once again, our vessel that we are racking to is lower than the vessel that we are racking from. If I can get the damn tubing to cooperate. There we go. And we're going to put that in there. And we're just going to give it a couple pumps. And there we go. Like I did say, the clarifying agents that we did use worked phenomenally. It's super clear. However, once again, I do want to preface that if you are using super clear to clarify any of your wines or your meads, don't use it. If you're vegan, it does use crustacean shells. Also, don't use it if you have something like alpha gal. I do have a friend who has alpha gal, so unfortunately he will not be able to try this mead here. Don't use it if you're got any of those two things.
You're implying that a group composed entirely of female animals will breed?
No, I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
I just need to get the shit out of my tubing. Get out. And here is our brown sugar cinnamon mead. Now, it is still hazy. Is there still stuff in suspension? Yeah, there is. But this knocked out that much gunk, and that's gross. So we've got a head start on that. I don't know if I'm going to add more clarifier to this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll leave it up to you guys. Oh, well, we still got to stabilize it. So in here, in this measuring cup, I've got some hot water. I've got half a teaspoon of potassium sorbate, and there's also a Camden tablet in here. These two things together, they don't kill the yeast, but what they do is they cause them to go dormant. Do not try to stabilize your mead if fermentation is not done or if it is not complete.
Don't be a fool!
We're going to go ahead and pour that in there. Well, it looks like we still got a little bit of Camden tablet on the side, so Jesus Christ, it's like trying to eat soup with a fucking fork.
That's a silly thing to say.
And go ahead and put that in there. And just because I want to, I'm going to add another cinnamon stick into this. Now, we are going to let this sit for 48 hours. That's about how long everything is going to take, which, funnily enough, is about how long we're going to leave the clarifier in our chocolate coffee caramel. We're going to go ahead and put our lid back on here, and we're just going to put this up. Now we're going to get into our chocolate coffee caramel. As you guys may recall in our last video, I did find out that these pipettes hold roughly 3 shots of stabilizers. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in there. Now we let this sit for about an hour. So we're going to go ahead and put this back on. We're going to give this a little mixy. You may see the airlock bubbling. The airlock is bubbling not because of fermentation, but because it is degassing. You don't necessarily want to use your airlock as an indicator of fermentation. What you want to do is you want to go off of gravity. If your gravity is 1.000 or lower, chances are it's done fermenting. But if you, for multiple weeks in a row, get the same gravity reading, that is also a good indicator that fermentation is done. We're going to leave that for an hour, and then we're going to come back and we will add the second part of the clarifier, and then we'll be done. We'll just let it sit for 48 hours. So I guess give me about an hour and we'll be back.
With all due respect, sir, I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come, hook me in the coconut, and they did. And they did. Had me going like, ah.
Hey everybody, thanks for your patience. So our chocolate coffee caramel has been going for a little over an hour now. We've already added our primary, the primary agent for our clarifier. We're going to go ahead and add our secondary. I've got these separated into like a little pipette and then this little individual like shot glass thing. It's because one of these packets is good for 5 gallons, 5 to 6 gallons. I don't want to just add all of that to this. I have no idea what it would do, but if that's something y'all are interested in, y'all want to fucking see it, let me know. We could make this shit interesting. So we're going to go ahead and add our secondary agent. Do 5 of these. We're going to go ahead and give this just a good old mixy. We'll come back to look at this in like 48 hours. Stop bubbling so damn much.
Control, this is Commander Bubbles. I'm getting an MPS warning light on the link monitor control subsystem. I'm requesting reallocation of main home firing to the CDS at level 6. Please advise.
I don't know how well you guys can see it, but from right here up close and personal, I can definitely see stuff already starting to fall out of suspension. Super Clear does say it only takes about 24 to 48 hours for this stuff to work. Our brown sugar cinnamon mead isn't quite as clear as I was hoping, so it's going to just have to sit for a little while longer. This one we will come back and check on in roughly 48 hours. I don't know if I'm going to do another video for it, but if doing another video is something that you guys are interested in, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Honestly, it's whatever you guys are interested in. If you guys want to see what this looks like in 48 hours, we can do another video. We can even do another video on what the brown sugar cinnamon mead is going to look like in another 48 hours. We can do a side-by-side comparison. We can do whatever you want. So if you guys want to see that video, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. I can't tell you guys how much you guys help motivate me. I know I'm not a very big channel, but even as it grows, even as my channel grows, if it's by 1 subscriber or 20, it does make me feel pretty good about myself that I do have you guys tuned in and listening. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Check on your veterans. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next time. Oh,